Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A short performance that is part of a longer program. She had a catchy little routine. A set sequence of steps, part of larger computer program. An unvarying or habitual method or procedure. Found in the ordinary course of events. It was a routine day. Pretend to have certain qualities or state of mind. He acted the idiot. Behave unnaturally or affectedly. She's just acting. Something that people do or cause to happen. A legal document codifying the result of deliberations of a committee or society or legislative body. Perform an action, or work out or perform an action. Think before you act. A short performance that is part of a longer program. He did his act 3 times every evening. Perform on a stage or theater. She acts in this play. Have an effect or outcome, often the one desired or expected. How does your idea work in practice? Behave in a certain manner. Show a certain behavior, conduct or comport oneself. You should act like an adult. Play a role or part. She wants to act Lady Macbeth, but she is too young for the role. A manifestation of insincerity. He put on quite an act for her benefit. A subdivision of a play or opera or ballet. Be engaged in an activity, often for no particular purpose other than pleasure. Be suitable for theatrical performance. This scene acts well. Discharge one's duties. She acts as the chair. An indefinitely short time. In just a bit. A small fragment. A small amount of solid food, a mouthful. All they had left was a bit of bread. A small piece or quantity of something. A bit of paper. A short performance that is part of a longer program. A small fragment of something broken off from the whole. A bit of rock caught him in the eye. An instance of some kind. He had a bit of good luck. A unit of measurement of information, from binary plus digit. The amount of information in a system having 2 equiprobable states. There are 8 bits in a byte. Piece of metal held in horse's mouth by reins and used to control the horse while riding. The horse was not accustomed to a bit. The cutting part of a drill, usually pointed and threaded and is replaceable in a brace or bitstock or drill press. He looked around for the right size bit. The part of a key that enters a lock and lifts the tumblers. Put into a group. Determine the number or amount of. One of a series published periodically. The property possessed by a sum or total or indefinite quantity of units or individuals. The number of parameters is small. The number is used in calling a particular telephone. He has an unlisted number. Add up in number or quantity. A short performance that is part of a longer program. It was one of the best numbers he ever did. A symbol used to represent a number. Place a limit on the number of. Enumerate. We must number the names of the great mathematicians. A clothing measurement. A number 13 shoe. A concept of quantity involving zero and units. Every number has a unique position in the sequence. An item of clothing. She preferred the black nylon number. A numbered item in a series. Take the number 2 to the main square, then change to the number 5. A numeral or string of numerals that is used for identification and may be attached to accounts, memberships, etc. She refused to give them her social security number. A select company of people. I hope to become one of their number before I die. Give numbers to. You should number the pages of the thesis. The grammatical category for the forms of nouns and pronouns and verbs that are used depending on the number of entities involved, singular or dual or plural. In English, the subject and the verb must agree in number. To break and turn over earth, especially with a plow. Turn the earth in the spring. Twist suddenly so as to sprain. I turned my ankle and couldn't walk for several days. Pass into a condition gradually, take on a specific property or attribute, become. The weather turned nasty. Cause to move around a center so as to show another side of. Turn a page of a book. Undergo a change or development. The water turned into ice. Let something fall or spill from a container. Turn the flour onto a plate. Cause a plastic object, to assume a crooked or angular form. The strong man could turn an iron bar. Undergo a transformation or a change of position or action. We turned from socialism to capitalism. Pass to the other side of. Turn the corner. Have recourse to or make an appeal or request for help or information to. She turned to her relatives for help. Turning or twisting around, in place. A favor for someone. He did me a good turn. Change to the contrary. The tides turned against him. Game. The activity of doing something in an agreed succession. It is my turn. A short performance that is part of a longer program. A circular segment of a curve. Sports. A division during which one team is on the offensive. A time period for working, after which you will be relieved by someone else. A movement in a new direction. The turning of the wind. An unforeseen development. Events suddenly took an awkward turn. The act of changing or reversing the direction of the course. He took a turn to the right. Go sour or spoil. The cream has turned, we have to throw it out. Accomplish by rotating. Turn a somersault. Alter the functioning or setting of. Turn the dial to 10. Become officially 1 year older. She is turning 50 this year. Cause to change or turn into something different. Assume new characteristics. The princess turned the frog into a prince by kissing him. Cause to move along an axis or into a new direction. Turn your face to the wall. Cause to move around or rotate. Turn a key. Change color. In Vermont, the leaves turn early. change orientation or direction, also in the abstract sense. The mugger turned and fled before I could see his face. Channel one's attention, interest, thought, or attention toward or away from something. The pedophile turned to boys for satisfaction. Direct at someone. She turned a smile on me. Get by buying and selling. The company turned a good profit after a year. Move around an axis or a center. The wheels are turning. Shape by rotating on a lathe or cutting device or a wheel. Turn the legs of the table. Taking a short walk out and back. We took a turn in the park. The act of turning away or in the opposite direction. He made an abrupt turn away from her. To send or let go. They turned away the crowd at the gate of the governor's mansion. The actions and activities assigned to or required or expected of a person or group. The function of a teacher. Perform as expected when applied. Mathematics. A mathematical relation such that each element of a given set, the domain of the function, is associated with an element of another set, the range of the function. A vaguely specified social event. A seemingly endless round of social functions. Serve a purpose, role, or function. The table functions as a desk. What something is used for. The function of an auger is to bore holes. A set sequence of steps, part of larger computer program. Perform duties attached to a particular office or place or function. A formal or official social gathering or ceremony. It was a black tie function. A relation such that one thing is dependent on another. Height as a function of age. A process or series of acts especially of a practical or mechanical nature involved in a particular form of work. A set sequence of steps, part of larger computer program. A particular course of action intended to achieve a result. The procedure of obtaining a driver's license. A mode of conducting legal and parliamentary proceedings. A set sequence of steps, part of larger computer program. A set sequence of steps, part of larger computer program. An unvarying or habitual method or procedure. Appropriate for ordinary or routine occasions. Everyday clothes. Found in the ordinary course of events. A placid everyday scene. Commonplace and ordinary. The familiar everyday world. Belonging to this earth or world, not ideal or heavenly. Not a fairy palace, yet a mundane wonder of unimagined kind. Concerned with the world or worldly matters. Mundane affairs. Found in the ordinary course of events. Found in the ordinary course of events. There's nothing quite like a real train conductor to add color to a quotidian commute. Found in the ordinary course of events. Found in the ordinary course of events. Lacking special distinction, rank, or status, commonly encountered. The ordinary, or common, man in the street. An early bicycle with a very large front wheel and small back wheel. A clergyman appointed to prepare condemned prisoners for death. A judge of a probate court. Heraldry. Any of several conventional figures used on shields. Not exceptional in any way, especially in quality or ability or size or degree. Ordinary everyday objects. The expected or commonplace condition or situation. Not out of the ordinary. A dramatic or musical entertainment. They listened to 10 different performances. Process or manner of functioning or operating. They compared the cooking performance of each oven. The act of performing, of doing something successfully, using knowledge as distinguished from merely possessing it. They criticized his performance as mayor. Any recognized accomplishment. They admired his performance under stress. The act of presenting a play or a piece of music or other entertainment. We congratulated him on his performance at the rehearsal. A dramatic or musical entertainment. Computer science. Written programs or procedures or rules and associated documentation pertaining to the operation of a computer system and that are stored in read-write memory. Computer science. Written programs or procedures or rules and associated documentation pertaining to the operation of a computer system and that are stored in read-write memory. The market for software is expected to expand. Computer science. Written programs or procedures or rules and associated documentation pertaining to the operation of a computer system and that are stored in read-write memory. Put into a box. A collection of things wrapped or boxed together. A wrapped container. Computer science. Written programs or procedures or rules and associated documentation pertaining to the operation of a computer system and that are stored in read-write memory. Merchandise consisting of a computer program that is offered for sale. Computer science. Written programs or procedures or rules and associated documentation pertaining to the operation of a computer system and that are stored in read-write memory. Computer science. Written programs or procedures or rules and associated documentation pertaining to the operation of a computer system and that are stored in read-write memory. A natural prolongation or projection from a part of an organism, either animal or plant. A bony process. A writ issued by authority of law. Usually compels the defendant's attendance in a civil suit. Failure to appear results in a default judgment against the defendant. Shape, form, or improve a material. Process iron. Deliver a warrant or summons to someone. He was processed by the sheriff. A sustained phenomenon or one marked by gradual changes through a series of states. Events now in process. Institute legal proceedings against. File a suit against. He was warned that the district attorney would process him. March in a procession. They processed into the dining room. A particular course of action intended to achieve a result. It was a process of trial and error. Psychology. The performance of some composite cognitive activity. An operation that affects mental contents. The process of thinking. A mental process that you are not directly aware of. The process of denial. Subject to a process or treatment, with the aim of readying for some purpose, improving, or remedying a condition. Process cheese. Deal with in a routine way. Process alone. Perform mathematical and logical operations on data, according to programmed instructions in order to obtain the required information. The results of the elections were still being processed when he gave his acceptance speech. An act so striking or impressive that the show must be delayed until the audience quiets down. Something that is strikingly attractive or has great popular appeal. She has a showstopper of a smile. Blockage consisting of an object designed to fill a hole tightly. An act so striking or impressive that the show must be delayed until the audience quiets down. Close or secure with or as if with a stopper. She stoppered the wine bottle. A remark to which there is no polite conversational reply. Bridge. A playing card with a value sufficiently high to ensure taking a trick in a particular suit. If my partner has a spade stopper, I can bid no trump. An act so striking or impressive that the show must be delayed until the audience quiets down. Something that is strikingly attractive or has great popular appeal. The brilliant orange flowers against the green foliage were a showstopper. A set of control statements that have been placed in a library and can be retrieved by name. An alternative to the normal procedure, triggered if an unusual but anticipated situation arises. A routine that coordinates the operation of subroutines.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.